But even then, a lack of financial awareness and a lack of financial education and intelligence will cause you to lose all your money to people who understand economics better than you, right? So even those who are given lots of resources, if they don't understand the basics of good economic culture, they're going to lose pretty much everything they have. They say a fool and his money will soon part ways. And so not having financial literacy does not make you a fool, but you are a fool if you don't understand how important financial intelligence is and commit yourself to understanding economics on some sort of level. You have to have some development there. Okay. So yeah, so the Get Money Fest, Jay Ortiz and a lot of his friends in Philadelphia, and I love Philadelphia. There's good people out there. It's May 18th. Oh, sorry, the URL is getmoneyfest.com. Getmoneyfest.com. Somebody please type that in the you are in the chat so everybody can see it. Getmoneyfest.com. And I like and D1 was here yesterday, and was a great person to have a fireside chat with because D is a guy who navigated through hip hop and is literally changing hip hop by basically walking away from the money. He understood early how the money is what distorted hip hop and bastardized it and turned it into the monstrosity that it's kind of become to this day. Where think about this: when you see a rapper rapping about things that are clearly killing people, harming children, harming women, just in a way that embarrasses his family, the only thing that he can say to justify any of that is that it's the money. That's it. That if you take away the money, then none of it makes sense. You know, if you're rapping about killing other black people, the only thing they can't say, well, it is really good to kill black people. Like killing black people, that's what the Klan always did, and I want to continue the tradition of the KKK. They can't say that, right? So they're always going to turn to the money. If you go to the um, if you go to the other thing, promoting drugs and alcohol, like there's nothing good about that. That's why that's pretty much illegal. It's all about the money. Disrespecting women, sexual irresponsibility, dealing drugs, all this other stuff. It's all about the money, the money, the money. And by the way, I know. Let's see. Someone said that you hurt my feelings when you talked about young people at the Get Money Fest. I'm 57. Well, I think that they said that anybody can come of any age, but I got a sense that because they are focused on like the music and the fashion and everything else, and the financial literacy part, the economic panels at the Get Money Fest are are just kind of an add-on to it. I thought I visualized something for people between the ages of like, I don't know, 28 and 38, that kind of thing. But honestly, I think any age works. I mean, I'll be in there and my wife, I don't know if my wife is coming and I got to check, but I know some people that are in their 40s and 50s that'll be there too. So, and also the fun part I think happens after the financial panel. So you could just come and just join the financial part and then leave, when the rest happens. But it's all fun. Like I like watching to see what younger people are into because remember, this is the culture. This is they're the future. And when the culture is just sloppy and bad and painful, it ends up harming not just your families, but also just, I mean, it just destroys the economics. And so I encourage anybody who's young to really embrace economics, no matter what you're doing. I can't think of anything you could be doing in your life where understanding money and having control and power over money is not going to make your life better. I just can't. Okay. So anyway, let's go back to this topic that I wanted to address in terms of Prince and so we were talking about Prince not having a will. And this links to the eighth commandment in my book, The Ten Commandments of Black Economic Power, which, by the way, you can get a copy at drboycebooks.com if you'd like to get one. And so the eighth commandment is always plant seeds for the future. And this is actually going to link to the ninth commandment, which we'll get to in a minute. But let's talk about this really quickly. So we talk about planting seeds for the future. I'll give you an example. I was talking to one of my friends, and it was after college, and we were talking about what we were going to do next. And I said, "Are you going to grad school?" And she said, I like money too much to go to grad school." And she said, "So what are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to go to grad school." I said, "Because I like money too much not to go to grad school." And so basically, we both like money, right? But we had a different perspective. My perspective was a little more long term, hers was more short term. Nothing wrong with her perspective, but I think she ended up working in a shoe store or something. And maybe she was making $25,000 a year. My first job, I was making 115,000 a year. So even though I had not really learned, now back then, obviously, I wish I'd learned more about things like investing or selling stock options. If I'd known that when I was 18, I never would have I never would have worked for anybody ever. I would have just built a capital base and sold stock options and made a couple $100,000 a year doing that. But anyway, so just that one example really made me think about delayed gratification and how, if you think about it like this, think about something that we all understand, a concept called pleasure. Think about pleasure and comfort. Give me a yes in the chat if you agree. Give me a yes in the chat if you would agree with me that most of us like to be comfortable. How many of you, this is a consciousness exercise. This is where I ask simple questions to help us get to explore more complex ideas. How many of us enjoy comfort? And then also, how many of us enjoy pleasure? Don't lie. Come on. Give me a yes. Pleasure's good. It's okay, right? I'm not, it don't mean it's not satanic. Um, well, it could be, I guess, but it doesn't have to be. Uh, so we all enjoy comfort. We all enjoy pleasure. If that's the case, then why not just spend your whole life always seeking pleasure? Why not spend your whole life always being comfortable? Like I get up at 5 in the morning, I go to the gym. That ain't comfortable, man. There ain't nothing comfortable, especially in the winter. Do you ever dealt with wintertime in Chicago? Oh my God.